Do you guys mind if I walk you through my thesis? I have a growing thesis here about what's happening in the world, and it looks something like this. I heard a quote from a highly intelligent person, and he said that he thought that part of the friction between generations right now, which is why people are calling anybody older than them essentially a boomer, that the friction between generations is being created because the old generation has not handed power over to the younger generation. And when I heard that, I thought, that doesn't ring true with what I know about human nature. I don't think any generation has ever willingly handed off power to the next generation. I think it is human nature to cling to relevancy as long as you can, to feel useful as long as you can, to keep playing the game as long as you can. It's just that traditionally, as you got older, you weren't physically able to keep up with the younger generation. So much of life had a physical component to it. And now, as more and more jobs are intellectual in nature and you're sitting behind a desk and things are done in a boardroom with a computer, you don't have the natural physical fatigue that you would otherwise get. And because of that, you're seeing the politicians getting older and older and older. You're seeing people running the companies getting older and older and older. And the reality is the only way for the next generation to gain power is to outperform. And when you have that tension, it's like tectonic plates. So you get potential energy building up in the system, okay? So two plates are trying to move, and the pressure to move is building up, it's building up, it's building up, and then finally it actually slips, and that potential energy is released, and we experience that as an earthquake. I think culturally, we are about to go through that. Now, the problem is it happens slowly. If I were to take you from 2006 and drop you into today, okay? It's not that many years later. You would be disoriented. Cell phones didn't exist in the form that they exist today, right? Smartphones, the way that we think about them. All of the stuff that's happening in crypto, blockchain, none of it, nobody was even thinking about it. It's happening so fast in terms of the number of years, but anything that takes years, for us, we sort of get blinded to it. So you have all this pressure building up between the generations. It's going to snap because the younger generation is already using all of these technologies, whether it's Web3, all this stuff in cryptocurrency, blockchain, social platforms, all of it. The rate of change is accelerating so fast. And so what's going to happen is you're going to get this breakdown that's going to look like it's breaking along the lines of age, but in reality, it's breaking down along the lines of an emotional willingness to be open to new things. Now, if you can find yourself emotionally open to new things, now you have tremendous opportunity, because what's going to happen is all those people that have been angry, that feel like the system is broken, that feel like the man has been holding them down, that the old people are fucking everything up, all of those people are going to lean into everything, and I mean everything, that is a big fuck you to the man. And what is a bigger fuck you to the man than everything that's happening in cryptocurrency? It is literally saying, hey, all your antiquated old ways of even doing money are dead as disco. I want in over here on this new thing that I control, that it's nobody can print more of it, all of that stuff. So even if you don't get behind the idea that this is a good investment, this is just smart to understand what's happening from a cultural perspective. There is a cultural shift of massive proportions going on right now. And if you understand it, then you can ride the wave. But if you don't understand it, it's either going to pass you by or it's going to knock you over. So you need to be really thoughtful to assess what is it exactly that's going on, and in what way do I want to be involved in this? Now, I have, obviously, if you guys have been watching me for any length of time, you know that I become obsessed with this and that I feel I have this moral obligation to tell people what's going on. So the reason that I feel that moral obligation is in any moment of disruption is a moment of tremendous opportunity. So I'm trying to build the next Disney. So for me, I'm over the moon, because when we started the company, I told the team here, I said, look, our job is to stay in business long enough to figure out how we're going to dethrone this giant. And what I kept saying was, we need a platform moment. Now, what I meant by that was we need a moment of disruption that will allow us to create a platform that can take share. But it was always about that moment of disruption. And that's exactly what Web3 is. Web3 is such a fundamental shift in the way that you interact with a community. It's crazy. It is never going to be the same, and it is to your advantage, the community. Now, why is it to your advantage as the community? Because finally, the blockchain gives me something as a business owner where the more selfish I am, the better it is for you. And the more selfish you are, the better it is for me. Now, whenever you align selfish desires, you know you have a chance to actually win. Now, what are those selfish desires? So I need a very large, thriving community that believes in what I'm doing and is willing to go out there and evangelize for it. That when I put out a movie, they're going to go see it. When I put out a video game, they're going to see it. When I put out a comic book, they're going to read it, right? That's what I need for me to scale and achieve my mission, which is to make sure that nobody gets to the age of 15 without encountering a growth mindset. And I plan to do that through entertainment. Okay, so I need this thriving community. You guys want to make sure that you get something for your time. If you're going to be out there, like really in it, making the community amazing, because remember this, I have a Discord channel, which, by the way, every single one of you should go sign up right now. It is going to be the absolute heartbeat of everything that we're doing in Web3. It's where all the early information is going to be. But I was in there talking to the people in Discord. And by the way, if you want to get there, go to impacttheory.com/Discord. We'll take you right there. And I was talking to them and I said, think about this. If I leave and I'm no more, you still have a community. If you leave and I'm still here, I have nothing. So it's this really interesting dynamic that has always been true, right? We've all known that our power as a collective is way more meaningful than our power as an individual, but we've never had a way to really make use of that. What NFTs do is allow you guys to essentially say, hey, I'm going to buy a product from you that I get to keep, you get the revenue, and then if you build the right things with that revenue, then the product that I bought from you should become more useful to me over time, right? I'm not going to talk in terms of investment value and anything like that because the SEC does not want me to. So you're not going to hear that language from me. But just to be very clear, our goal is, think of it like we're going to sell you a car, right? The Impact Theory Founder's Key, and I'll stop using analogy and start talking about the key in a minute. But the idea is that we're going to sell you this car. The car drives, so you need do nothing other than drive around in the car, whatever you want with that car. But it also comes with a trailer. If you want to keep the trailer or you want to sell the trailer, that's totally up to you. And of course, you can sell the car if you want as well. We may occasionally give you a golden steering wheel. Now, you can replace your old steering wheel if you want, or you can say, the steering wheel I already have is perfect, so I'm just going to sell the golden steering wheel to somebody else who would rather have the golden steering wheel. And that's how we're going to be approaching this. So as we put projects out into the world, you guys, the holders of the Impact Theory Founder's Key, and there's 3 tiers. And if you want to learn about the tiers, we're actually going to be talking about them today on Discord. We're going live on Discord at, I think it's 10 a.m. Bear with me. I will double check here in real time. Yes, so 10 a.m. I'll be live in Discord. We'll be talking about the different tiers. Each tier gets different things, so on and so forth. But now you, for being there, being a community member, holding on to that key, over time, we're just adding more and more and more things to this car that you bought. Now, to stop using the car analogy and just talk about what it really is, so we called it a key for a reason, because it gives you all kinds of access. So it's going to give you free access to things, early access to other things, exclusive access to things. So if you're not a card holder, nobody else is ever going to be able to see it. It's just you. It will get you direct access to me. It will get you discounts, partnership perks, and what we're calling token-specific perks, which really is key-specific perks, which you will understand when we reveal what this thing is and you see all the different components of it. It is amazing. It is the coolest thing I've ever created in my life. I'm so excited by this thing. And it is truly the future of everything that we're going to be doing at Impact Theory. Okay, so that allows you guys, once it's out in the market, all of the aftermarket selling of that, the community will capture 90% of that value. And now think of a time where a company has ever created a product where 90% of the value after the fact went to the community. It's just, it doesn't happen. So we're living in this radically new time where company owners can build communities that really become evangelical because they're allowed to own a product that essentially grows with the growth of the company. And therefore, they're able to capture a lot of the value of that growth based on the key. So if the key is going up in value or worth to them, then they get to capture that. And so if you buy something now that I'm going to support forever, you can imagine that over time, the things that you get for that should be tremendously valuable, and you don't have to pay again. You pay once and you get levels of value forever. It really is astonishing once you understand what Web3 allows you to do. If you guys haven't heard, Twitter is already going in and they're going to be verifying your PFP projects. You've got TikTok is going to allow you to mint moments and turn them into NFTs. And as more and more companies build the technological infrastructure to take advantage of that metadata that's embedded in the Impact Theory Founders Key, now all of a sudden having an Impact Theory Founders Key will do all kinds of things for you. One of the coolest things that we have planned down the road, this isn't coming in the near term, but down the road will be MechaVerse experiences where if you have an Impact Theory Founders Key in your wallet, and let's say you and your friend are walking along the street in Decentraland, and you look to your left and your friend looks to the left. Your friend doesn't have one of our keys. You see a door with an Impact Theory logo on it. Your friend doesn't see anything. Doesn't see a door, doesn't see the logo. And you're able to go in and get access to whatever we're doing in there that day. And if you guys have been following anything on Twitter and seen Wagmi-san, that gives you a phenomenal example of the kinds of things that could be hiding behind that door. So I'm telling you, this is going to change the way companies act. It's going to change the way communities interact with companies. It is going to change how people think about being in a community, the depth of the engagement. And the earlier you guys can find the companies that you really want to get involved with, the more you're going to capture value over time. So again, it doesn't need to be Impact Theory. It's whoever you believe in. But find the people that are doing something that has a long tail value. So at Impact Theory, we're selling this once and then that's it. Everything after that for the key itself is about peer-to-peer. It's about the community selling to the community. We won't be involved in that. So, and obviously we have other products, but you'll get certain privileges on many of those other projects just by having one of the Impact Theory Founders Keys. So, it is truly amazing. All right. I'm curious. I see some watermelons, so I know that we have some Discord members in here. So what is up, everybody? I'm now going to answer questions. Let me know what you guys want to talk about. Hit me up. I'm ready for it. And yeah, just a reminder that we are going to be going live on Discord today at 10 a.m. to be talking all about, we're going to reveal what the tiers are. And then on Friday, we'll reveal what each of the tiers contain. We also have a teaser video. You're not going to want to miss it. Check out the teaser video. I'll be answering questions, going over what this is, what it's going to do. We're revealing some more of the pieces. So yeah, can't wait. All right, so shout out to all my watermelon peeps. All right. Let's see who we've got here. How much? It depends on the tiers, but we'll be releasing that information today in the Discord live. So check it out. We'll release the price of all 3 tiers in Discord. Who is your ideal founder? I don't know what that means. You mean historically, like who built the business that I'm most impressed with? Needless to say, I think a lot about Walt Disney. I think one would be a fool not to put Elon Musk in that conversation. My brain is absolutely melted when I look at what he's accomplished. Steve Jobs was way inspirational as well. Is Founders Key and Legendary tier the same? So Founders Key will have 3 different tiers. We'll be announcing the names today. Legendary tier is the top tier. So there's 3 tiers in the stack, and the one that will come with the most things is the Legendary tier. But yes, you must have a tier of your Founders Key. So Founders Key Legendary tier is a thing, but there will also be Founders Key blank tier and Founders Key blank tier. So 3 total tiers. It's because of you I finally understood what NFTs were. Thanks, Tom. Word, I love that. What exactly is Web3? It is the decentralized internet. So right now, everything is centralized. So hey, think about Facebook. Facebook goes down yesterday and literally takes down basically every tool that most of us use. So you lost Facebook, you lost Instagram, you lost WhatsApp, and that's because it's all centralized. So there's one place to attack, and if you're good enough, not that it's easy, but if you're a good enough hacker, you can, as we just saw, take it down. Whereas on the decentralized web, you have to do what's called a 51% attack. So you'd have to be able to control 51% of the nodes on the network. So rather than everything being one company or one server, it's all distributed. And that makes it on the really battle-tested ones, unhackable. There are some that have traded off, so they're a little decentralized. But a great way to think of it is, one of the cool aspects of Web3 is what I was just talking about with the wallet example. So you have a wallet that has an impact theory founder's key in it. You go into the MechaVerse somewhere, and that, if it's Web3 compliant, will be able to connect to my wallet, read what I have in my wallet, and give me permissions based on things that are in my wallet. And one of the coolest examples of this was something I referenced earlier, Wagmi-san, which was just popped up on Twitter, and it was a virtual store. And if you went to that virtual store and connected your wallet, if you owned an NFT from one of the supported projects, then they gave you custom virtual merch. So I got a bunch of shoes that are some of my favorite NFTs, and trust me, I know how ridiculous that is, and yet I still fucking love them. And nobody knows, well, most people don't know who's behind Wagmi-san. Obviously somebody knows, but they just did it off their own back, and they could communicate with my wallet because that's the nature of Web3. So you get the ability to read all of this metadata that's stored on the blockchains. Word. All right. See what other questions we have here. I have a MetaMask wallet. How do I get Impact Theory Key? It will go on sale October 13th. You want to be in our Discord. That's going to be the key. You can access Discord, since John Bailey Realtor is asking, at impacttheory.com/Discord. Really, really simple, and that'll take you there. What's watermelon? You're going to have to join the Discord to find that out. That's always the fun bit of exploration for everybody. What's your opinion about yesterday's cutoff Instagram, Facebook, and WhatsApp? Yeah, I was super surprised by it. Obviously, they need better security. And then decentralized is certainly one way around it. Now, as somebody who also understands the power of centralization, I'm not a decentralization maxi, but that is a core tenet of the ethos, and we saw that play out pretty painfully. Please explain NFT. All right, I'll give it to you really fast. I've created a video series on this, which you should watch. If you go to our Discord, we actually have a section there where you can just easily access all the videos that I've recorded on this, because I did an NFTs 101 where I had people that were interested in NFTs but didn't know about it ask me all the questions, and we walked people through. I think it is the place to start. Again, you'll find that on our Discord. But the real quick nutshell is, NFTs allow you to imbue a digital item with metadata. So you make it a truly unique one-of-one thing that the virtual world, and quite frankly, physical world, can interact with. So you can get privileges that other people don't get because you have an NFT. That's the easiest way to think about it. The other one is just being a part of a club. So if you're a part of the Bored Ape Yacht Club, right? Not a lot of utility. They have some, but not a ton of utility. But the community is so strong. Or the CryptoPunks, huge. Or you could do something like Genesis Kongs, where you're actually passively receiving banana tokens, which, believe it or not, have real world value. It's crazy. To buy into a Genesis Kong right now would cost you about $350,000, which is crazy to think. It started as just a JPEG with metadata. With metadata. That's the important part to understand. But by creating tokenomics, they've ended up really blowing it up. Now, as of right now, Impact Theory does not plan to get involved in tokenomics until the SEC gives us some guidance. Because our plan is to be here in 40 years and to not get shut down by the SEC. So yeah, people have to be really thoughtful about that. So NFT stands for non-fungible token. It just means that they can't be exchanged. They are all unique, totally different. And by being different, it means you can reward people individually at a one-on-one level, which is what allows for DeFi and things like that. So again, that's so brief. You need to go watch the video, my NFT 101, which you can find on Discord. And if you haven't already gone to our Discord, please do. You will find it to be an amazing hub for this community. It's absolutely extraordinary. People elevating each other, lifting each other up, talking about really cool topics, a lot of cool life, alpha, etc. All right, just saw an interesting question come by. Are NFTs in danger of being used for money laundering? So yeah, I mean, I suppose anything could be used for money laundering, but I would say NFTs would be the world's worst way to launder your money because everything on the blockchain is 100% transparent. So if you are trying to money launder on the blockchain, good luck. Yeah, that would be the dumbest way. The smartest way would just be with cash because that's actually about as untraceable as something's going to get. You will live forever. I unfortunately, as of right now, unless David Sinclair steps up his game, I am on a collision course with death. But man, I really hope he figures that out. MechaVerse, am I looking into it? Yes, MechaVerse. It's so funny. One of my claims to fame is that I saw MechaVerse when their Twitter was like 2,000. They have blown up. But as an anime junkie, I couldn't be more excited. I'm a mecha freak and anime junkie, so you can imagine. Cool Cats for the win, somebody says. It's Grant Bone. Grant, Cool Cats are killing it, man. Killing it. I'm sad that I'm not a cat owner. But yeah, it's been amazing watching you guys build that up. Absolutely incredible. Let's see here. Gary Bedian says, when do you announce your NFT? So we've already announced it. It goes on sale October 13th. If you want up-to-the-minute information, head over to our Discord. That is definitely the place to be. All right, let's see what we got here. All right. Let's see. Funchess Sophia says, please feature more young adults as well as young African Americans, both male and female, on impact theory that are making a difference in the world. Thank you. So if you've got rad people you want me to consider, send them my way. I am all about it. Always looking for new, amazing people. So send them my way, faux show. One piece of advice for an artist in the world of NFTs. Yes. So you're going to want to build your community out. You need to understand collections. That's going to be a big part because you want to get people in the door that believe in you, believe in your long-term vision. And then you want to have a roadmap about how you're going to add value long-term, because it's not enough to get people excited about your project and then they go away. You want to get them excited about your project and then figure out, how am I making this valuable a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now? And if you've got that kind of vision, then you've really got something. But if you don't, you're really going to be in trouble. All right, Ronan the Collector's in the house. What up, everybody? Galactic Secret Agency gonna pump soon. Ronan in here pumping his bags. There's a really cool story behind that, though, which I encourage you guys all to check out. And I will say that Ronan is a super cool dude who I am super stoked to say that I have met in real life. What a lovely, lovely human being. Is Steve Aoki involved? Not with the Founders Key, but Steve and I are working on, we have a project together called Neon Future, which hopefully you guys have read the comic. It's on Webtoon. Go now. So we've done 2 volumes of the comic. We're going to do a 3rd volume of the comic in 2022, and we'll be doing a big NFT drop that'll really push the boundaries in terms of technology. So I'm super stoked on that. And if you want to make sure that you end up on the whitelist for that bad boy, make sure that you get the Impact Theory Founders Key. All right. Hi, Tom. How would we purchase the Founders Key? You would go to our website. So we'll release the site on our Discord. So go to the Discord. Discord is going to be the foundation of everything. So make sure that you're in the Discord. We'll post the link there. It will take you to our website. We'll explain everything. It will remind you of the pricing and timing and all of that good stuff. So yeah, head over there. When is live with Lisa on Discord? Lisa and I are going live today at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So don't miss it. Going to be making some really cool announcements. Got all kinds of cool stuff to show you guys today, which I'm super stoked to do. All right, we got Haas Manzoni in the feed. What is up? This dude is a beast of untold proportions. I am, Haas, you are working so hard, dude. You are my kind of guy. And I do feel a bit bad that you joined at such an intense time for the company. But man, do you deliver in spades day after day after day after day after day. And if anybody wants to see the teaser video that this genius artist created for us, the one and only Haas Manzoni created a video that we're going to be debuting today right before we go live on Discord. So make sure you go to the Discord. It's the only way to get the link. So if you want to see this teaser video about what this key is, you need to go to the Discord. Be there before 10. We got a little surprise for you, all courtesy of my man, Haas Manzoni. What's up? All right, so first of all, thank you guys all so much for being here. I am super excited. We are so committed to building community. We've been committed to community from day one, but we didn't have the technological infrastructure did not yet exist for us to reward you guys for being in the community. So we are about to shift into a whole new gear. 7 months ago, we pivoted the company, and it's so funny because people keep welcoming me to NFTs, and we've been nothing but NFTs for the last 7 months. So building. We have multiple platforms that we're developing. We have many projects that we'll be launching in terms of PFP projects that are tied to actual IP. So it isn't just images. Every time we do a PFP project, it is tied to a story that we are going to work hard to ultimately get on a screen somewhere. So we obviously can't guarantee it, but that is what we're about. We've got writers attached to all these stories, artists attached. So yeah, we're about it. We are about it. NFT equals Ponzi scheme. That makes me very sad. So everybody should do their own research and look at these things. It is a highly, highly volatile asset class. And think of NFTs, the easiest way to think about them in terms of their volatility, in terms of what he's calling a Ponzi scheme, is to think of baseball cards. So baseball cards are only worth what people are willing to pay for them. Now, hopefully that sounds familiar, because so are company shares. Unless a company share pays you a dividend, it has no intrinsic value other than the value that somebody else is willing to pay to buy it off of you. Money, in fact, is the same way. Money only has the value that people agree that it has. So there are many, many, many things in our lives that is the truth. Now, when the only value that something has is that somebody else might buy it from you, then you really have to be thoughtful. My advice as it comes to the Impact Theory Founders Key, don't buy it because you want to flip it. Buy it because you know that I'm committed to delivering tangible things for holding that asset. Now, by the way, it's actually worse for me financially if you hold. And yet that's my advice, because it's better for you. And that's how you're going to see Web3 really changing things, is it finally gets to the point where the people that reward their community the most are going to be the ones that win. And so the escalating arms race between companies is who can add the most value to their community. That is a very extraordinary arms race that you want people in. But it is very true that an NFT is only worth the things you get for having it, or the price somebody's willing to pay to get it off of you so they can get those things. So do be extraordinarily thoughtful. And whoa. Vusi, is that you? Is that really Vusi? Vusi, I'm going to need to know if that's actually you. I can't click on your name, but I will say I have the option to wave, so I've just waved to you. If that really is the Vusi Dembekweo, this is an entrepreneur you guys must know. He is a beast. He's one of the entrepreneurs that I would say most closely mirrors my own mentality. Interviewing him was an absolute joy, and I'm desperate to get him back in Los Angeles, or in Los Angeles, I should say, since our first interview was remote. So that will be amazing. All right, does a Neon Future NFT get you on the whitelist? All right, so we're going to be announcing those details, Peter, but the short answer is yes. So there are certain caveats around it. So make sure that you go to the Discord. But people that hold that initial Neon Future drop from Nifty will always be treated very, very well within our community. So yes, head over. All right. Let's see here. I don't know what this says, so this could end up being a bad question to read here. But Tag Team of Terror, that's a nerve-wracking start, says, yeah, he doesn't scare us time. We know that we're going to win the battle because the heroes of light, and I'm not getting any help from those who should be supporting them. I don't have enough context to make sense of that. Sorry. Big fan, love what you do. Thank you so much. Any live events for the 3 tiers? Yes, but go to the Discord for more information. I love your episode with David Goggins. David is a beast. The guy is absolutely incredible. Tom, I love you and NFTs, brother. Thank you so much, Kev. Excited to see you in the space. Big things coming, faux show. It's Grant Bone says, do we own IP of characters if we mint? Grant, it's not as simple as yes, but there is something you're going to want to hear about today during the Discord, which we'll be announcing. I think it's the future of dealing with IP from established companies. We think we have the model, basically, that's going to show people the way forward on that. But because I am obsessed with making sure that nobody gets to the age of 15 without encountering a growth mindset, I do want to retain control over the IP, but I also want to make sure that people that are involved in it are able to capture a lot of value. So we think we have the solution. I will lay that out today when we go live on Discord at 10 a.m. Both Lisa and I, that's Pacific time. Lisa and I are going live talking about the Impact Theory Founders Key. So make sure that you join us. It's going to be amazing. And we're going to be talking all kinds of alpha. So make sure you're there and join. Do you worry about government cracking down on crypto? Yes, I do. I think that if they regulate wisely, it will help. If they regulate poorly, it will be a nightmare. Now, the good news is that I think that they will never be able to stop it, but they could slow it down. They could make it real painful. They could disincentivize people to continue to build on it, and that would be really sad. But some country somewhere is going to do it. I promise you this, and that will stop it from ever being killable. So just keep that in mind. All right, a couple more minutes here, and then I'm going to have to bounce. What if I did the Impact Theory University for 3 months, like 2 years ago? Am I whitelisted? So we have different access for people depending on how long they did it. But yes, it doesn't matter that you did it that long ago. It's absolutely fine. We have tranches for people that have been in it for 3 months or more, 6 months or more, and a year or more. So be sure to check that out. Show up at the Discord by Friday. So we have a live today and a live on Friday. We'll touch on it a little bit today, but we won't give full details. But by the end of the day, Friday, you'll know exactly what you get for each of those Impact Theory University tranches. So stay tuned, stay tuned. Okay, here's a great question. Tom, give me advice on how to be a great author, please. So you need to write. Most of your writing, especially in the early days, is going to be an absolute dump. Need to get really comfortable with the fact that you just have to get good over time, that you're going to have to work and write over and over and get it reviewed by people who will give you serious feedback. You have to do it, and you just have to push and suck for a while and keep going and going. Most people, though, when their writing is bad and they're only getting rejected and nobody's giving them encouragement and they're not getting a following, they're not making any sales, publishers are rejecting it, they just stop. And they don't recognize that that's part of the process. That's part of the process. That's what you have to do. And if you come into it knowing that it's going to suck and be painful, then you'll make it to the other side. But you have to push through that. There's just no other way. That's how you become good at anything, quite frankly. All right. This will be my last question, and then we out. Razia says, I'm a complete beginner to NFT. Will your upcoming program be for me? Yes. So the only hard part, if you're new to NFTs, is make sure that you get set up. We've done a whole step-by-step video series. Again, you can find all of this content on our Discord. Go to impacttheory.com/Discord. We'll take you right to our Discord channel. There you can find these video assets. So we did an NFT 101, and we did a step-by-step guide to setting up your Coinbase account and your MetaMask wallet. And getting ETH into your MetaMask wallet is ultimately what you need to do if you want to buy one of these. That's the only hard part. Everything after that is very easy. Do not delay, because there is something called the KYC period. So it stands for Know Your Customer. It's anti-money laundering. And so you're going to have to send them your driver's license and connect it to your bank account. And then you transfer the funds, and then it gets frozen for a while before you can send it out. And so you really need to get ahead of the curve here. And so don't delay. Go and do that now. Once you have ETH in your wallet, then you're ready to make transactions buying NFTs on the Ethereum blockchain anyway. Cool. Looks like somebody's posted the Discord link right there, which is amazing. Thank you guys so much for doing that. Thank you guys for joining me. Remember, the Impact Theory Founders Key is going to be the foundational layer of everything that this company does moving forward. So, of course, you may buy it and it goes to absolute zero. There are no guarantees in life. I cannot see the future. What I can do is tell you how committed I am to this. I have been in the public eye now for almost 7 years. There's nowhere for me to hide. This is definitely not going to be a rug pull. There's no universe in which I would base my entire reputation on this, only to walk away and be like, sorry, guys. So this is something I am ferociously committed to. The things that we're publicly talking about as being a part of the Founders Key that are going to show people that it's worth the money to buy, that's the next 18 months. This is something that I plan to support for the next 30 years. So you can imagine over time, I think the value will only grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. And that growth, 90% of the economics will be captured by the people who own the keys. So they will unlock more and more things over time. So whatever cool things we're giving you now, just remember, that's just the stuff that we can think of right now. This is the internet in 1995. What's this going to look like in, the same duration time has elapsed between the internet in 95 and now 2021? When we get NFTs have that same number of years in the same level of infrastructure built, you can imagine the things that we can do will just get better and better and better. Just like day one of the internet, you couldn't do Uber. It needed other things to happen in terms of the technology and the infrastructure and all of that. But when people are committed to building new stuff on top of that, then you begin to realize that the possibilities are endless. To all my entrepreneurs in the crowd, if you are not looking at NFTs, if you're not looking at community building and finding ways to reward your community ferociously, you are going to miss the boat. There is no way to build a company moving forward that does not take into account how you interact with your community. All right, everybody, that's it. Be sure to be in the Discord, 10 a.m. Pacific time today. Lisa and I going live, sharing a video, which is going to be dope. That you have to be there a little bit early for, so make sure. You can watch it later, of course, but revealing it at 9:50, I think, is the plan. Then Lisa and I go live at 10, going to be dropping alpha, explaining more about the project, answering all of your questions. All right, until then, my friends, be legendary. Take care.